Hey guys, Dave the Assassin. This is my third video on stuff that I've kind of been starting to go over. Basically, this video is a little bit close to my heart. One of my friends recently had to, present his firearm in a real life situation. He didn't get hurt. His family didn't get hurt, but he did bring something up to me that I want to share with you guys. So. We'll say, I guess I'll tell you the story a little bit. So, my buddy was out with his wife. They were out, I think, shopping or something, and he had a Diet Mountain Dew in his hand. Now, this guy, they were walking past a little alleyway, and an individual came up and had a knife and then demanded his wallet and his wife's purse. Now, my friend, just like me, carries appendix style. So, he said he pulled out his gun. He didn't pull the trigger or nothing. And then, as soon as the guy saw that he was armed, took off running. My buddy had the restraint not to pull the trigger. Immediately called 911. They picked the guy up like 20 or so minutes later. Now, the part that I'm sharing with you guys is he said he had a Diet Dew with him. Now, he said he never dropped it. When the cops came up to interview him and all that, he still had the Mountain Dew in his hand. So he said, it's something I haven't ever really thought about, but realistically, that's probably what you're going to do. You could be, walking around with the soda. You could be have your wallet in your hand while you're getting money from the ATM. You could have your car keys in your hand or something like that when the situation arrives where you need to defend yourself. So, I've thought about this a few different ways. I've done a couple, drills and stuff at the range with this. But basically, we're going to simulate one of my rear bags with my precision rifles as, something in my hand. Now, I think the best way that I found to do this, instead of, doing, throwing it away or whatever, after you recognize the threat, start dropping your hand down a little bit lower, letting go, and then grabbing your gun. I haven't gotten too great at this. I think sometimes, I think instinctively a lot of people will go like this, or, throw this away and start running, or, get into cover and that kind of deal. Obviously, running is probably the best option if you have the time or space to do that, but sometimes there's not. So you got to practice, every situation that you can think of. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to practice, dropping the bag, drawing my gun, and pulling the trigger. Now, this is an added step into your draw process. So we're going to leave this at the 1.5 second time, and we'll see if it's any faster or how much it affects your actual time. So we'll do this a couple times here. Alright. So that actually didn't affect it too much. A little bit slower, I think. You could have it in either hand, right? So we'll try my right hand. We can try it from the side here. Alright, I think you guys get the gist of that drill as well. It's definitely something I never thought about, but could drastically affect the way your efficiency on drawing your weapon, and potentially, making, that quarter second or whatever might make a difference, if you get hurt or not. So, something to consider. You can kind of modify this any way you want to. You can do this with the backpack. You could do this, you know, like I said, you know, if you're in your car or whatever, dropping your car keys and getting your gun out. You can, you know, create space and do it. You can, you know, if you've got cover or something with you, you can practice dropping down and getting up. But throwing in little stuff that's obviously, I mean, I think pretty realistic situations, you know, try and throw yourself off a little bit. But that's pretty much all I got for this video. If you thought this video was cool, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.